Hello, sports fans, and welcome to the Scott Sports 101 Thursday Night Football postgame show. The Chicago Bears beat the Dallas Cowboys 31-24 tonight at Soldier Field in Chicago, Illinois. Mitch Trubisky said after last week's win, "I feel I'm doing my job," and Trubisky had 4 touchdowns, one of them being a pass touchdown. 3 of them were ones that were scored, but he did score one of them. The other 3 were passing ones in tonight's game. The Bears are now 7-6 on the season. Both teams were 6-6 going into tonight's game, and I do apologize. And Matt Nagy and the Bears really earned this win tonight. And I want to apologize. I said that Cowboys were up 17-7. It was the Bears. I made a mistake. The Bears were up 17-7 at half. I do apologize for that mistake. That was my mistake, and I do apologize for it. As for the Cowboys, are now 3-7 after starting the season at 3-0, and this was Dak Prescott's worst game yet, and just a horrible performance by the Dallas Cowboys in general tonight. The Cowboys struggled both offensively and defensively. Dak Prescott, 55.1 in completion percentage, a season low. The Cowboys are 0-6 in fourth quarter drives and 6-9 with road games in 2018, this is the Cowboys' third straight loss, and they are 21-17 in December under head coach Jason Garrett. And all I saw tonight was just sloppy football by the Cowboys, no doubt. The Cowboys had a lot of trouble with execution of the ball and with the pass rush tonight as well. And I just felt, the offensive line just did not protect Dak Prescott, and they did not put any pressure on Mitch Trubisky at all. And the Cowboys fall to 6-7 on the season. The Cowboys are under 513 games. Games for the first time since 2015. And this was just not a good. The Cowboys failed to score on 6 straight possessions after a TD on the opening drive. And they're 0-6 under 500 and above teams and games this season. And the Cowboys, this was the most points allowed since week 5 for the Cowboys tonight. The Cowboys allowed 24 unanswered points after scoring a touchdown on the opening drive. Now, the Cowboys are still in the playoff hunt, now with a losing record of 6-7. And after what happened tonight, I know the frustration has really set in for the Cowboys, and they need to figure this thing out and go out there and win football games. So, the Cowboys jumped out to the early 7-0 lead, but they just could not battle back. They did not score again until the fourth quarter, and it was 7-0 after the first quarter because the Bears did not do anything in the first quarter. But they scored a touchdown. It was 7-7, and then it was 10-7 Bears. They kicked the field goal, and then it was 17-7. They scored another touchdown. It was 17-7 at the half. Then in the third, they scored another touchdown, and it was 24-7, and then it was 24-7 going into the fourth, and then the Cowboys scored another touchdown. It was 24-14, and then the Bears scored another touchdown. It was 31-14. And then the Cowboys scored another touchdown, and then it was 31-21. The Bears had a 3-and-out again. They had to go 3-and-out. They didn't falter as much, but they didn't, except for the first quarter. But they did have just a couple of interceptions. That was it. But and then the Cowboys tried to score, but this time they weren't able to do it. They kicked the field goal in the final minute to go in the fourth quarter. And it was about with 12 seconds left on the clock, and then it was 8 seconds left. It was 31-24, and they just took a knee, and that was it. That's all the Cowboys needed. The Bears needed, and the Bears go 7-6. Cowboys fall to 6-7 in the season, and the Cowboys need to figure this out and need to go out there and start winning games. But you got to give credit to where credit is due. And that is to the Chicago Bears. And I got to give out the game balls tonight. Mitch Trubisky, 23 of 31, 244 yards, 3 touchdowns. One of them being he scored, so it was 4 touchdowns and 1 interception, so there was only 1 interception tonight. David Montgomery, 20 carries, 86 yards. Allen Robinson, 5 receptions, 48 yards, 2 touchdowns. Anthony Miller, 3 receptions, 42 yards, and 1 touchdown. Those are the game balls. And I forgot to announce my NFL Player of the Week after the Monday night game on Monday night for this week, for week 13. So I knew this was going to be one. It was a tough one, but I had to give it because the Texans are beating the Titans 28-22, and I got to give it to Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson. I have to give it to him. He gets the Player of the Week this week. So because he really had a spectacular game against the New England Patriots last week. So I give it to Deshaun Watson. And next week it will be the Jets and the Dolphins on Thursday Night Football, and that will be the final Thursday Night Football game for this season. So next Thursday will be my final Thursday Night Football podcast, pregame and postgame of the season. But I also have my regular podcast, and we still have a little bit of Scott Sports 101 NFL Football Sunday to go, and Monday Night Football to go as well. The Browns have the Bengals coming into town, and they got the first win of the season last week at 1-11. A good NFC matchup. The New Orleans Saints taking on the 49ers. The Rams and the Seahawks will play Sunday Night Football, and Monday Night Football we have the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants. Well, that's just about going to wrap it up for the Scott Sports 101 Thursday Night Football pregame show. The Bears beat the Cowboys 31-24. And I'll be back on Sunday with Scott Sports 101 NFL Football Sunday. And with the picks tonight, my brother-in-law and I won with Chicago taking it 31-24. My brother-in-law lost, so I want to know he's on 1. And so I'll be back on Sunday with Scott Sports 101 NFL Football Sunday early postgame, pregame show. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day, any way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.